Alrighty. Welcome, people. We are getting started here with a top 8 game from Tower number 9 running Chirrut and JonahNiklas here running a Han Solo green deck. This is two of my favorite decks, actually. I quite like the Chirrut one. It's a lot of fun. In my opinion, it's probably not the most competitive in the world. I think we've seen that, but man, it can really do some fun stuff. And then the Han Green, of course, is quite fun. So, and it remains competitive, even with some pretty crazy strategies. So we'll see Han have the initiative to start this first game off. We'll see him play down at Battlefield Marine, and then Tower, the Chirrut player, will drop a Green Squadron A-Wing. I've actually been running this Han Green deck for quite some time now, and just the way it plays, I'm really into the whole, kind of going into your discard pile and pulling out all your fun stuff. And yeah, it just gives you a lot of tools to do that. Deciding on a resource is pretty important, though, since it means that's going to be a card that you're going to be able to pull from later. I think actually dropping the Leia down is pretty good. Spark of Rebellion is also another card I would have just dropped here for sure. Looks like he's going to go with the Leia. The Battlefield Marine here will swing for 3, so will the A-Wing, and then we'll see a resupply come out for the Han Solo. And for Tower, we'll see a Yoda. Alright. Pretty quick and easy so far. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of that put down there. Okay, so we're going to see Spark of Rebellion. I think I would personally just get rid of the K2, but the Saber also makes sense. I don't think Tower's too mad at that at all, though. Yoda here will go to the base and heal 2, creating a nice differential there in the damage. Han is going to put down a card. And the A-Wing will swing for 3. We'll see Han Solo deploy here. And K2 will go down. Tower's going to take the initiative here. Battlefield Marine will go 3 to base. And then we're going to see the Mon Mothma. I think it makes a lot of sense to just drop Akbar here, or grab and drop him in. If you're just joining us, this is a top 8 match for the Take the Initiative tournament. Let's see here. Alright, so Akbar will come down, killing K2. And then Tower actually had him drop a card, which was pretty good, considering it was Falcon. Dropping the Han Solo down, that's an interesting choice. Personally, I think the Rogue Squadron Skirmisher is good, but Han Solo is definitely better. Since you're going to be able to attack with Han Solo anyway, pretty much guaranteed. Yeah, I would have much preferred to see Han Solo right now to go into that Chirrut. So, minor mistakes here, but nothing that's going to potentially just kill off the game. So he's going to go 4 into the Chirrut, and then he's going to grab a Leia, looks like, and probably just tap a Chirrut. Oh wait, yeah, it just draws. Yeah, that was definitely not the best play in the world, in my opinion. So Chirrut will kill Han Solo, and then Forces with Me will come down. The shield is taken off in the attack, and now that Chirrut is a 5/7. So big Chirrut. Marine will go into Chirrut, bring him up to 7. And luckily, Tower does not have any heals per se, but he does have a wing leader. So Chirrut will die this round. Unless I'm missing something. Alright. Tower did not get a good draw there. He got 2 open fires, which is probably not what he was looking for. We'll see the Bright Hope come in and bring Mon Mothma back to hand to draw an extra card, which is another Mon Mothma. Bright Hope is going to be a very nice piece here into these flyers that Tower has. So we'll see Mon Mothma come down. Pretty easy choice there. And I expect to see like an open fire or something similar. Yeah, this is a tough call. So we'll see Leia to tap the green squadron, and then the wing leader will go into base for 2. That seems like a mistake. There's no need for JonahNiklas here to kill off his own Mon Mothma without first attacking with his other one. There's not really a time constraint or anything like that, in my opinion. And I think I would have rather attacked with Akbar here first, because I don't want the damage to be coming in too fast. So now we'll see Luke Skywalker come in and kill off the Mon Mothma. Bright Hope will target Leia, and then he'll draw a card. By forcing the Han out early in the game, JonahNiklas did lose out on one of his home ones. So there's a home one stashed away there in his resources pile, which may come back to haunt him a little bit, since the home one is really one of his pieces that can stop space pretty well, and then on top of that, it creates a lot of issues as well. Giving all your guys the restore 1 and then hitting for 7 as well is all few things that could shift this game in his favor, and he's drawing a lot of low cost cards right now, so not the best in the world. Yeah, so Luke swinging for 8 at the face and getting a shield is pretty nasty. That also brings him out of Han Solo range because he is a 9. And then he also healed for 3, just creating a lot of pressure here. We'll see Leia come in and tap the Green Squadron A-Wing. Unfortunately for Tower, the Fleet Lieutenant can come in and boost Luke, but it's 1 damage short of GG's. So, yeah, that's quite important. Let's see what card Tower called here. Oh, Jesus. Han Solo. Yep, pretty crucially a good card there. Could definitely shift things back into JonahNiklas' favor. Tower claims, of course, he wants to go first with that Luke Skywalker. Bash some heads in, potentially. Okay, so he's going to take out the Wing Leader with the Bright Hope. That does bring him into the killing range of the A-Wing. And then Akbar will go 1 to base and heal 1. We'll see the Marine come down, and then probably just a Vanguard, which will be 1, 2, 3, and yeah, that's a 4/4. There is the Han Solo, and that regional governor is now going to be putting in some tremendous work. Tower also, I believe, just has the game. You can get away with it by doing a Fleet Lieutenant here on the first action to have Luke swing for 10 to the base, bringing him up to 28, and then just dropping a K2SO, which pretty much nails. Yeah, so that's 10, 28. What do we need to see here? So he's got to keep enough up for Waylay to make it to the next round. Akbar can ping the shield off of Luke to heal 1. Well, no, you need to keep Akbar alive, I think. You can't play Han Solo. Oh, buddy. Oh, you sweet summer child. Oh. That hurts so bad. Okay, Greedo. Is he going to go for the flip? He is. Greedo flip. Oh, it's a Falcon, too. Oh, not like this. Well, at least Akbar can take out the governor. Bright Hope is dead. I think, personally, I would have gone with the Vanguard Ace to finish off the Green Squadron first in the order of operations. And then I want Greedo to be hitting Luke for 3. So I think he kind of misplayed that there. Yikes. Yeah, Vanguard is still going to take 3 damage, even though now Bright Hope's dead. So, yeah, so this is, well, we're on the first game here of a top 8. The score is 0-0 because we are in game 1. Regional Governor will die to Akbar. And then the Mandalorian Fang Fighter will come down and remove the upgrade tokens from Vanguard Ace, making him a 3/3 or 2/2. Sorry, 3/3, yeah. And that will kill him. So, very potent play there. He doesn't even need the K2. Personally, I would have gone with the K2 since, oh man. Nah, I guess you don't have to, but yeah, he's got more than one way to win here. And I think that's pretty much GG because there's no healing left in the deck for him. Definitely go with initiative for sure. And then hope to God you get something good. Hey, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that, Killjoy. Yeah, I'm gonna try to make these pretty regular things, so I do appreciate the support. It's 2 a.m. for me right now, so the this game was quite an early one to grab, but I definitely wanted to make sure it got streamed. I hate when the games and the top 8s and stuff don't get streamed. It's just yeah, it's a little annoying. Yeah, people sleep on the Chirrut deck here. It's definitely a nasty little beast. I'll say that. And Tower has been messing around with it for quite a while. So he definitely knows how to use it. Yeah, there's more than one way to skin this cat, but there's no answers for JonahNiklas, the Han deck. So players here are going to sideboard a little bit, and then we'll get into game 2. Yeah, this top cut here of the Take the Initiative tournament, these are some of the best players in the world. We've got people from Europe, we've got people from the Americas, we've got people from Asia's. So, wide range of, talents. And, yeah, they all come together like this, and we get some really fun, interesting games. And I think it's probably the best games you're going to watch in terms of how the players play. There is occasionally, a few dicey moments, but yeah, these guys are top of the line for sure. I'm gonna grab some water real fast, but I will be right back. All right, and we're on to game 2 here. Let's see if we can notice any of the things that the players may have sideboarded into. Let me get these deck lists up. All right, Han is going to, whoops, mulligan. Oh, that's not the right one. All right, Battlefield Marine into Regional Governor. Oh man, if we get a Ewing call out, that's pretty brutal. Resupply, okay. Chirrut. So on the sideboard, Tower has 3 Kanan Jaruses, 2 Making Openings, 3 Takedowns, and 2 Vanquish. Which I think he could bring in some of those Vanquishes or Takedowns just to give him some extra fighting power against the big units that JonahNiklas is bringing. As far as what he is bringing on the sideboard, I think this is a pretty interesting one. Let me see if I can find it. Was that it? Yeah, so that was 1 copy of Overwhelming Barrage, which he did pull. He's not running any of those in the main deck. Then he's got a Greedo, 3 Yalarans, a Change of Heart, and then 2 Reinforcement Walkers and 2 Sparker Rebellions. So I'm not sure exactly what he brought in, but we do know he did bring in that Overwhelming Barrage. Last game, JonahNiklas notably did not draw a single U-Wing, and he did draw 1 Han Solo and 1 Home 1, which are his big cards, but he ended up resourcing them both. So, yeah, really tough. And then the only Falcon he had in his hand was discarded from K2SO. Just brutal. If you wanted to play anything cool, yeah, it's all in the trash pile. So this game, though, he definitely has a solid start here. Alright, he's going to pay 1 for the Falcon. And Yoda will finish off that Marine. And, okay, it looks like Tower did bring in the Canaans versus the Han. Very good card, considering it actually discards from Han Solo's deck, meaning that his deck is already going to be pretty small, considering, you know, how much he's going to put down off the top using Han Solo's ability, but also just through more draws. So there's actually a possibility here. We could see Tower bleed him dry on the cards. Definitely a nice, you know, kind of undercurrent that he definitely doesn't need to play, you know, with the intention of doing, but it's a, you know, secondary win condition. He also brought in, it looks like, one of the Vanquishes, or maybe probably both of those, since there were 2, I believe. Yoda's going to try to trade these damages. Okay. Sure, will deploy. This actually isn't that bad. Although Force It With Me just comes down here and can take out Han Solo. So that, I guess that is pretty bad. That's tough. Yeah. I wasn't sure if that's what Tower was going to do, if I was missing something else, but sure, taking no damage, and Han Solo is up to 5, which means Regional Governor can just finish him off. So I guess he's got to do something here. Personally, I don't think he's going to be able to, you know, stand in the long game too much. It's definitely, you know, maybe he's got to try to base race him. Although that is tough with all the healing. Another thing you could do is probably Overwhelming Barrage. Oh, no, you can't because it's 7. Yeah, it's tough. So now you've got 7 resources. What do you do? Ewing's pretty much forced. So let's see what he draws. Han Solo is a good draw here because he can kill off Yoda. He can kill off Regional Governor. So technically, he can't kill Chirrut and not take damage. So that is interesting. There's also the Akbar. So we could do like a Akbar plus Echo-based Defender, or Akbar plus Leia. I think the Echo-based Defender plus Akbar is pretty strong as well. Which would deal 2 damage to Chirrut. So I'd leave him at 1 HP. Not a huge difference, but I think the Han Solo is just the best by far, since he can kill Yoda outright. The only problem with that is that, wow, there's 2 home ones and a Ewing, and a Han Solo in that pool. Vanquish is also pretty brutal if you only bring in one card off of the Ewing here. So he'll grab a Battlefield Marine from his pile and deal 4 to Chirrut, which will kill him, luckily. The tower will take initiative, and then see the Han Solo pass. Well, he did at least draw the home one. That was the only one left in his deck that he's probably going to draw this game, since the other two are in the bottom 10 cards. So he grabbed the Battlefield Marine with the Rogue Squadron and then just puts it back into his discard after putting it down as a resource. That's pretty fun. Regional Governor will kill the Rogue Squadron. And second one will come down here and kill off that Yoda. And tower will draw. See, Cannon Jarrus, follow that. And a Sabine. So the Rogue Squadron is definitely a good target for Overwhelming Barrage, which he will have enough resources for. He's going to go with Spark. I don't like that as a first action because Cannon Jarrus can kill the Rogue Squadron without dying himself. I think personally I'd rather have seen the Rogue Squadron attack Sabine, kill her, and then still be alive. Getting rid of the Luke Skywalker is nice, but it doesn't substantially change the board as it was. And then he's going to have to mill 2 here, which was a Change of Heart and a Bright Hope. Pretty brutal draws. I would have loved to have that Change of Heart, I think. So we'll see Mon Mothma come down here. And grab a Battlefield Marine. Good, I was worried about the damage they missed there. What will he call with Governor? Han Solo, of course. So Overwhelming Barrage could hit for 5, so we could kill Cannon, kill the A-Wing, that's 4, and then deal damage to the Regional Governor. I think that's pretty solid. I mean, it doesn't really matter. He just needs to kill the A-Wing and the Cannon Jaras. As I see it, at least. Looks like that's what he's going to do. Nice. I think that's a pretty solid play, and the Battlefield Marine is a solid platform for that. So 1 to Cannon, 2 to Sabine. Oh, man. Yeah, that's a mistake, buddy. I think you got to take out that A guy, the A-Wing. Sabine hits for 3, but it doesn't really affect your board as much as not having a space unit this turn will. And we'll see Redemption come in, taking 2 off of the A-Wing and healing off the base. Redemption is a nice late game card. Okay, it looks like he's gonna leave 1 on the base, so that Redemption has 6 HP left. It's a 6/9 with Sentinel, and when played, it can take damage from any number of units or bases, and put that on himself up to 8. So he can't do an infinite number of damage, but as long as it adds up to 8 or less, he can do that. Tarkentown will finish off the Battlefield Marine. So really, they're tied on damage right now. Tower's base has 25 HP, and he's taken 1 damage, so 24. And JonahNiklas, the Han Solo player, has taken 6, so puts him at 24 as well. Tower's board, though, is clearly in a much better spot. He's going to be able to deal 9 damage, assuming he goes unimpeded here. So get rid of the Vanquish, which I think was that was probably a fantastic play right there. Definitely the best card he could have taken out of that hand. Now he can feel free to play the Home 1 or the Walker or Bright Hope and not have it instantly tossed in the trash, which is ideal, of course. Now, if he wants to play one of those 8-cost cards this turn, he will have to put down another card with Han Solo. But at least that does give him the flexibility to decide, if he'd rather do like the Reinforcement Walker this turn, then yeah, he can do that. So it looks like he will, and he'll put down Bright Hope. So he's definitely going all in on this one. Taking 3 more with the A-Wing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So he will go with the Walker. When played, he can draw a card and decide if he wants to discard it for healing 3. Surprise Strike can definitely be tossed for now. Yeah, by leaving the A-Wing up, really risks just losing to space here. And of course, with Redemption, just protecting him. It's going to be a bit of a tough sell to clear that out. No more overwhelming barrages are left in JonahNiklas' deck, so the only real removal he has, I believe, is just units. So, yeah, it's going to be kind of tough to deal with that. He's only got Bright Hope as a Sentinel. Luckily, he can play Home 1 and then grab that Bright Hope, assuming that he tosses it right now. But I think he is just going to have to. Yeah, or else he's going to be taking a lot of damage. Yeah, Spark is pretty good. Okay, so he didn't put the Bright Hope down there, but he did put a Falcon. Goodness grief. Trying to guess. Yeah. I think that was a mistake. Waylay on the Redemption. Okay, that's solid. You can go for 5 here and grab a card. I think it makes sense to grab the A-Wing. Very nice. Fleet Lieutenant could still kill the A-Wing here. Same with forces with me. So we will see Fleet Lieutenant to kill that A-Wing. And now Change of Heart. That is a good pickup. Yeah, that's very nice. And the Spark of Rebellion also will either get rid of a Luke or get rid of a Redemption for sure. So that's a massive swing in favor for JonahNiklas, I think. Of course, yeah. He's still got a lot of tools, and he's still swinging for 3 right now, with potential for a little bit more. So Spark of Rebellion here will come out. He'll see that Redemption. He'll see that Luke. He'll see the forces with me, and it's a tough call for sure. I think you got to go with the Luke just because of that Restore 3. Redemption at least is just going to only heal 1 at this point, so he might try to save it for a little bit later. But yeah, that Luke is pretty scary no matter when it's played. Okay, so he will go with Redemption. He will heal 1 off the arc, I think. Or no, he's not going to. Change of Heart doesn't do anything this turn for him, really. So, yeah, I'll swing for 6 to base. And then he probably has to discard it. Yeah, Resupply. That's the perfect card to discard. So, very nice. Taking 2 more damage from that arc. Tower here will probably grab Initiative. JonahNiklas is going to grab Initiative. I don't like that at all, really. Since you're not really in risk of dying, it's too much gap to close. I think you wanted to get more things on the board, for sure. So, and then now he can first action Change of Heart, so maybe that's what he's going for. that is strong. I'm not sure if it would have been stronger than playing a Echo Base Defender and Falcon or whatever last turn, just to get items on the board. But at least it does stop tower space for right now. Change of Heart is luckily not an upgrade, so he can't remove it with Fang Fighter. Chirrut's going to give plus 2 HP to that A-Wing this turn. And JonahNiklas will discard the Leia for 3 heal. Actually, you know what? I take it back. That initiative call was pretty strong. Fang Fighter will come down. And then if you're Redemption here, you just swing at base, because now you have a lot of damage. Yeah, and Tower can't do anything about it. So very interesting. And of course, now you play Falcon to deal an extra 3. That puts Tower at risk of dying here. And then I think you just bring Falcon back to hand and go from there. Let's see. GG's. Tower concedes this one. Running quite long. That was a good game. Yeah, best round so far. When Han Solo can get his draws and take care of the Chirrut early and that sort of stuff, and then being able to discard. I think he discarded 2 Lukes that game, if I'm not mistaken, or he discarded a Luke and something else. Yeah, that was wild. And then to seal things off with that Change of Heart, yeah, I take it back. That Change of Heart play for the first action, definitely nice. That kept a lot of damage off his base. Kept, 9, 10, 11, at least 11 damage off his base. And it swung for 6 at his opponent's base. So creating a difference there in 17 damage. That is wild. All right. Quick little break for the players. Looks like Tower's already got his hand, and that is a very nice one to start. He's been pretty good about arena dodging here and taking the space early. Han Solo doesn't have a ton of early tools for space, and one of his best cards, especially into this matchup, is the Bright Hope. But the Falcon isn't a worthless card either. With its 4 HP, it puts it right out of range of a lot of the cards that Tower's going to be playing early in the space arena. So he can trade with one of them and then pull the Falcon back to hand, which allows him to replay it and have it be fully healed. So knowing what we know now about this particular matchup, Han Solo needs to keep damage off his base, needs to probably run a little bit longer than the Chirrut can keep up with, and then draw into big units. We still have not seen a Han Solo unit be played in 2 of the 3 games here. So. All right, Tower, and looks like everybody's ready to go. There he grabs the Overwhelming Barrage again. So I'm pretty sure, based off the list on the Take the Initiative top cuts, there's only one of those Overwhelming Barrages in there. So he might want to just keep the hand. He's not going to, of course not. It was a pretty bad hand because there's no turn 1 play besides Falcon. Yeah, that's just wild to me. Is he grabbing the only copy there? We've seen that card in 4 hands now in 2 games. I don't know. What are the odds? Yeah, there's only one copy in the sideboard, so it can't be more than one. Personally, I think you put down the Falcon for the resupply. I know that's probably sacrilege, but um, yeah, I think you want to do that for sure. Falcon, I don't know. Tower's gonna take the initiative, but I'm pretty sure you want to play resupply. He's gonna put down the brush. Okay, fair enough. What? Oh man, he puts down a Falcon. All right, going for the early damage, I guess. I don't see it. I just don't. Oh man. Let's see. He can pay one, so he does get that benefit. When you put down a card with Han Solo, and then you've got to get rid of one at the next turn, you can pay one for Falcon, and then discard that card. So that is a nice boon for Han Solo players. If you didn't know that tech, it's definitely a good one. We'll see the Yoda come down for a tower. Falcon will go for 3 at base, and then Sabine will go 3 at base as well. Here, now it's tough. I would have liked to see the resupply last round as a turn 1 play. It's not bad as a turn 2 play, but I kind of want the Echo Base Defender on the board now. He's going to go with the resupply anyway, which is fine. It makes sense as well. He's going to pull Falcon back to hand. Sabine going 3 at base. Anso is going to drop down a card. He's going to drop down Falcon. Good play, in my opinion. Yoda's going to get a Saber, which he's going to just waylay. Very good. Not ideal for what he wanted to do here, but now he can deploy Han Solo without it dying, and he can also deploy Echo Base Defender. He'll take out the Sabine here, putting down an extra card. Sorry, only taking 2. My apologies. Since Sabine's ability doesn't trigger. And now he'll have to get rid of 2 resources, which is nice. You can get rid of Falcon, and then I believe he put down a unit for this round as well. I think it was a Greedo or something. I don't recall. So he's going to put down a Greedo. Let's see. So we'll put down Falcon, and I'll put that. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Chirrut will deploy. Han Solo probably just going to base here, right? No, he's going to go Chirrut. Okay. Fair enough. That'll put him back up to 7. Forces with me will kill the Echo Base Defender, giving Chirrut +2. U-Wing reinforcements here. What do you look for? Probably Hope's not bad for sure. He can grab another Echo Base Defender. He could also go for Falcon, Marine, and Mothma. Looks like he's going to go for the big on the ground. which is a solid play anyway. They get to draw a card with Mothma, and then he'll have a little bit of defense against that Chirrut. Of course, by doing this, he gives him an extra turn to, heal and do all sorts of fun stuff. And then here, I think he just grabs. Oh, that's tough actually. Rogue Squadron is quite solid for this matchup, and Akbar is also quite solid with this board, considering the Akbar would be hitting for 5. But he's going to take the home 1. Yeah. Yeah, solid start for both players. I think they are trying to, dice things up here. He did have the he had a big waylay there, so was able to waylay Yoda back to hand, which Tower then resourced, and it got rid of a saber. So definitely a solid waylay. That's probably one of the best value cards in this particular matchup, especially, but definitely one of the best value removals in the game. So it looks like he'll take the home 1. And then it looks like he drew 1 for his turn. And we'll see Leia going into the discard pile. Binds all things, will kill the Han Solo and heal Chirrut for 3. That's what I was talking about with the, leaving Chirrut on the board for 1 turn or any number of turns does pose a risk to, your board. Okay. Echo-based Defender going 4 at base. Tower's going to take the initiative. And then we'll see the Battlefield Marine come in for 3 more damage. Falcon for 3. And then pass. He's doing a good job here of being able to, create some pressure. We're getting into the point where, Tower's going to be able to deploy his Lukes and Redemption and stuff. We could also see, Forces with Me this turn. I'm going to double check this rule just to make sure I'm reading it correctly. Yeah, so he can. There is a interesting play here for the Forces with Me on K2SO this turn. It's probably not as good as playing it on Chirrut, but I think it's interesting since he wants to go with K2 first, in my opinion. Yeah, I think it's actually just better on Chirrut. But yeah, maybe Luke Skywalker this turn and then Redemption next turn. Chirrut is definitely at risk of dying here. Is he not going to resource? He's going to pull back Falcon to hand. Okay. So K2 will Echo Base. And then he'll discard the Falcon. Battlefield Marine going 3 at the face. I'm confused now on what happened. I thought he discarded the card for... Yeah, it was a discard. Okay. Chirrut will kill the Leia. And then Mon Mothma here. I guess it makes the most sense to just go at the face to bring him up to 20. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. Yeah, 20. I was confused. They were moving really fast there. That's the problem with these good players, man. So they move super duper fast. So Mothma will go at the face to go to 21. And then we'll see Luke Skywalker here come and kill the Battlefield Marine. Pretty good value. Han Solo. Yeah, it's interesting. Mothma would have been really good there. I think Home 1 is actually a really good play. So we can Han Solo to drop like a waylay down, and then Home 1, bring back a Battlefield Marine, or actually you can bring back a Falcon, which is better for this case. He's going to put down the Solo. Interesting. But he should definitely grab the Falcon here to, yeah, looks like that's what he's going to do. He's going to heal 1 and attack for 3 to the base. And pass, it looks like. Yeah, and that's pretty much GG. So Han Solo will take this one 2 to 1 against the Chirrut. Both players here very strong, and I think it just kind of got away from him. Redemption still could come down and save him for a little bit. Man, it's just gonna take so long. Let's see. So if we see Redemption first here, because I think that's the only play, right? Ah, man. This kind of analysis hurts my brain. So then Falcon could kill it, and then Home 1 could still do 10 to base using Surprise Strike. Paying for Falcon, that's good. He could also do, let's see. Yeah, he kind of has to do either Redemption or nothing. He's going to do that. Putting 8 on him. Yep. So I think the move here, you have to do Falcon kills Redemption first. That way you have lethal regardless of what Luke does. Yeah, so attacking for 1 here I don't think really matters. And then Luke's going to attack for and heal 3. Attacking for 6. Waylay on the Redemption. Okay. Either way, that was good. And then going for 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 to base this turn, and that'll definitely do it. Yeah, I don't know. They're moving so fast, and then they slow down like this. Kind of confused on what's going on, but don't think there's any answer that I'm missing for Tower here. Let's see. Yeah, because he healed 2 with Luke, 1 with Mothma. Okay. Yeah, there's just nothing there. I mean, sure, it can swing for 7 to base. He doesn't have any cards that can be played since he's got no resources. I guess he's debating over whether he should take the initiative. But that doesn't make much sense to me. He's going to do the 5. Home 1 here is going to swing for 7, healing 2. And then we'll see the finishing move here. Surprise strike with the Falcon. Han Solo playing the Falcon with surprise strike. That's a glorious way to win this matchup. Very thematic, if I would say so myself. Great play to both players here. Yeah. Wow. What a good performance from both guys. It could have gone either way. It really just depended on, the heart of the cards, I guess. So, yeah, very, very awesome from both guys. Both these guys I've played with a couple times, at least, each. And they never fail to disappoint to make a good match, Definitely good. And the Waylay was good. Yeah. All right, folks. We will be back in a few hours, I believe. Let me take a look here. We've got let's see.
Can you hear me?
Hey, yes, sir. Jonah, great game, man. How do you feel?
Thanks. I was super nervous for this game actually because I've really struggled with this matchup because Han doesn't really have any good ways to deal with
Can you
turrets.
guys heal?
Cards like
Jonah?
takedown or other like defeat effects that can go around turret's ability, but I think the last game there I got really lucky that I had Waylay and he played lightsaber. So he didn't have any way to get rid of Han in one action, and hence I could kind of ramp continuously and play on curve, and my draws were good. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a really strong play there on turn set 3. Being able to get the Han out without him instantly dying, of course, is nice. And then later in the game, getting rid of the redemption just to clear up the win.
Yeah.
Can't complain about that.
Yeah, I mean, it was super crazy that he could heal 11 health in one turn, but I still had enough power on board. Yeah, these games were actually very different to what I'm used to seeing in this matchup. There was a lot of space action going on, especially in the first 2 games. I felt like I got a really good start actually in the first game as well, but somehow I kind of just drew small units and couldn't really deal with all of his threats.
Yeah, from
But
what I remember, you didn't draw a single U-wing that first game.
yeah, that could be right. But the sideboarding really helps in this matchup, just getting more late game cards. For instance, in the second game, the Walker really came clutch.
Yeah,
And
you carry out of aspect overwhelming barrage. So how has that been working out? We saw it do one turn here, but yeah.
yeah, I mean, if the games drag out, it doesn't really matter that it costs 7 compared to 5, in my opinion. And it's really good if I, for instance, have a home 1 or a Walker out, so I can deal a lot of damage, of course. So that's kind of the target for it, playing a home 1 and then the next turn playing overwhelming barrage, just dealing with the board. But yeah, after I signed up for this tournament, I actually made some changes to the sideboard, putting in a takedown just for this matchup, or Bamboozle, which is a card that can also kind of deal
Here's
with
his
the
list.
lightsabers and such. But yeah, I'm really glad that I managed to beat the deck without those sideboarding cards.
Yeah, I thought it was quite good. So you sideboarded in the Spark of Rebellions, the Overwhelming Barrage, the Change of Heart, and then the Walkers, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it seemed to be quite potent. Spark of Rebellion, I think you took out at least a couple Lukes and
Yeah.
just very nice cards to get rid of.
Yeah, that card is crazy in the late game where you can just really gain advantage from the cost difference.
Right. And then you didn't play a single Han Solo, I don't think. Is that right?
Yeah, that might be right actually. There was one viewing where I had to choose between Han and a Rogue Squadron Skirmisher, but I thought since he had Tarkin Town, he could take out either, so I just took the Skirmisher for the card advantage.
Interesting.
But yeah, Han really doesn't work against Chirrut because he isn't defeated and then he takes damage back. But Han is nice to deal with the Lukes if I manage to get like a hit with a Moff Mine or something beforehand. But yeah,
Yep. No,
other
yeah.
cards that were more important.
Yeah, there's a lot of other cards there that I mean Akbar's put in work here, and I think the Falcon was probably the top card. Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, especially the last game. That
Yeah.
made a huge difference.
Well, awesome, man. It'll be exciting here. It's Han Solo is one of my favorite decks, of course, and this one was definitely the trickiest matchup I think you're gonna encounter. With
Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah.
Just the weirdness, right? But yeah, this will be fun to see how it goes up against the Bobas. Yeah.
I'm meeting the Grand Inquisitor deck next. That's gonna be very interesting. I have never played Han against Grand Inquisitor, so I'll definitely have to look into that matchup before the game. But I really hope to meet Thork in the final so we can have a Han face-off.
Yeah, that would be quite good. So you're playing Cthulhu next, right?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Remind me here, are you guys from the same area? I was trying to.
No, I'm from Norway, and I
from
think
Norway.
most of the I think there's actually a good spread between like Europe and the US, but I don't know where Cthulhu is from.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think he might be Poland.
Yeah, could be right.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that Grand Inquisitor deck is definitely fast, and it can have some nasty surprises itself. So
Yeah.
definitely be excited for that one.
Yep.
Well, awesome, man. Have a fantastic day, and yeah, I'll be excited to see the next match.
Thanks. Thank you for the stream.
Absolutely.